And I'm still working on my armour I drew last time. But, right. Last time I did the basic drawing. This time I'm going to be assembling the template and then transferring over to thicker paper, and if we have time I will be then doing a little bit of designing. But I very much doubt we're even going to make it to the thick paper section, and you'll see why. This takes ages and I'm only allotting like 2 hours to the session. So first off, paper trimmer, that's what we're calling it, and theatre or guillotine. Now this is a set, an armour set that I got off Kamui's website, and she sells them, so that's the final one, stick them all together. But if you've seen me, I am quite a bit bigger than Svetlana, and this gear is made to like fit her. So I've had to increase it in size to 125% of its normal, which is fine. It's just I've now got to stick a load of paper together and then trim it down to size, which is pretty much where this entire session is going. I believe those will connect up like that, and hopefully, if my printer has been reasonable, it'll be like this. Jeez, I'd like to waste paper. But that's how it is. So pretty much this entire thing is just going to be lining up like that. Now, to increase the scale of these from the original to what is now, my PDF reader crapped its pants when I attempted to do it and refused to print out the whole thing, or would only print out little corners. So I screenshotted the whole thing, put it in Paint, and just said print 125%. Now, everything in here has to be doubled up, but I am not doubling it all up like printed wise, because that's more waste than I need. I'm just going to use this template on the thicker paper to do both. Now, I'm aware that cutting towards yourself is a bad idea, but with a paper trimmer, my hand is nowhere near the blade. I just have to hope that the thing was aligned correctly inside, and that if the paper wasn't lying properly, I have a problem. Yeah, stuff like this is the reason why, like, hey, can you build a cosplay in a month? It's like, yeah, but only if you're doing it as a full-time job. Like anything big and complicated will take a significant amount of time, and that's to be expected. The end of the tape is here. Now this is some quite nasty tape that I would not want to use, so like that. Just line them up so they just about match. It's fine if it's a little bit off. A lot of this is just fudging it so it works. Yeah, I would not use this tape for masking. It's really tough and plasticky, unlike the normal ones. It doesn't tear easily, and I don't have much confidence of it coming off when removed. So that's sheet number one. You're up here? Yeah. Okay, so those 2 pages can just go like that. Those 2 pages can go straight on the scrap pile because they're not required. Run around, go to that. Yeah. Watch out for my fingers, we don't want to lose them, they're very useful. As I said earlier, there's no actual risk to my fingers, but you know. When I go back to knives, it's best to keep in the habit of going, yep, don't want that going through my hand. Now, if you don't actually have to increase the size of this thing, this entire stage isn't needed. You just need to cut them out of the paper. Which is fair enough. And you know, that connects on there like that. Let's get the individual pages done first, then we can buy. So you, and you. That's them. Huh. Wonder what that noise was. Don't worry if you couldn't hear it. I've got a lot of noise cancellation between the recording in the stream. Oh, sorry, microphone in the stream. That I'm listening to the feedback live, so. No reductions in volume here. Okay, that's close enough. Just like a single small piece of tape does it sometimes. Yeah, this is a stage that I usually skip out on. For this build, I said I was going to show the whole process, and this is literally it. There you go. You can see it's relatively close, and let's stick there. See, lots of tape. That's the next page. Yes, that one goes on there, and that one, and this one's here. Oh, and quite a bit in recycling this week. Not the best, but and across here. Come on. Stop going under. Slice. And next one. Honestly, the outside ones I'm not so bothered about, because I only need to trim it down far enough that it'll go into, or get in this again if I need to cut it a second time. But it's unlikely, because the next stage of this is going at it with a pair of scissors. Get off there. Just come to there. Then pop in up here. Now it's so small it'll cover the entire thing and a second one. There we go. It's nice if I do that net overall. Now the other material that I'm adding with the tape is completely meaningless, so it's nothing to worry about. That looks about right. That looks about right. That looks about right. Yeah. One there, and you're on the edge, and you're on the edge. Just over and just over. May have gone a little bit overboard there, but we're okay. And one more. I know, but about there. That's fine. Let's get a little bit here. Come on top. As you can see, there is some tension to be let out of that one. I've worked out the system now of what it's using, so it was a bit obvious earlier, but you know. Oh, that's a rough edge on that. And this will be the last one now, which has the vast majority of the stuff on it, apparently. So this one goes together like this, because this is just basically a small jigsaw puzzle, this one. Almost got it all in one. Okay, so there's 4 of them. That was one I just threw away, so these are the other 3. I'm starting to rush too much and I need to slow down. I'm starting to make mistakes. Right, as you can see what's marked all over them, it's all Kamui. Yeah, good enough. I only lined up one end. The bit you have to get right. Okay. small mistake. I can make up for that. This is exactly the same way I make anything I make from a template, because this is just how you do it. But the hammer is the most recent example and my most heavy use of templating. And for that, I was on the floor of my room for about 4 days, crawling around, making it. Assembling, testing, you know, just making sure it works. Oop, off the bum. I just hope I have all the pieces, because if I've missed one, I am in absolute crap. Oh well, I've done worse. Okay, and that's a mess for future me to deal with. 5 seconds, that's the future. Do you pass me, Roger? Also, because I've been doing that crafting like this for so long, I can treat the plans as this room for interpretation on. If you're new to it, try to follow the plans as closely as possible for best results. Years of experience does let you play a bit. What you'll see is every little change that I make now will come out on the final piece, and I'll have to go in with a knife and individually cut them to make them fit. So when you've got ones that go between multiple pages, you now have to assemble it into one full piece like this. You could, of course, if you don't hate yourself, cut them all out first and then assemble them. For as long as you can still see the marks through the paper, you're fine. Okay, yeah, let's cut them out properly. Yeah. I'm transferring onto better paper because this, if you attempt to put it on, does that. The much thicker stuff can take a beating. So you can actually, you can't do a full size fit or a size test because to do a size test you have to account for the fact that you need 5mm extra or whatever thickness of foam you're working with. I'm going to be using 5 and these plans are made for 5. But that means I need that gap all the way around me. I'm quite sure when she released these, or this set of plans, she added the one I'm using in as an extra at the end. Just going... Okay, I say she, they, and Svetlana was doing the video, I believe. So basically this, the fully enclosed one like this, is only if you don't want to breathe. That, and it forces your back into an odd position. To note, I accounted for this when I was making my sister battle armor, which uses the full thing. But that's because the back opens, and you can't see that the back's open because it's got stuff covering it. But it does mean it doesn't have most of the bad effects that you'd get. The video game armor tends to not be very realistic or comfortable. I mean, heck, if you've seen all the people at cons, I mean, you see them posing all day and being, yay, this is great, which it is, but when you get into the hotel in the afternoon, I believe a cosplayer did a video of it before, which is, right, this is slowly get into our armour in the morning, take care of everything, that in the evening they get into the hotel room and it's literally just throw it. It's like, I can't get this thing off fast enough, I want to just be able to sit, damn it. Because by wearing it, or wearing big armour, you tend to sacrifice your ability to sit for the entire day. Big capes just catch the wind, blow you around like you're a kite. Big armour has similar effects, and that's fun on stilts, but then you've got the more revealing outfits that show a lot of skin. Sure, they look great, but if you've ever worn that in a winter convention, after 5 minutes, I can't feel my hands, but I'm in costume, damn it. Except for when I forgot my gloves for my power armor. That con was the middle of winter, about 5 degrees. It's outdoors, 5 degrees, middle of winter. Who holds a convention there? It's like, why would you hold a convention like that? Come on. I actually know the reason. The organisers specifically run it for like celebrity photo opportunities. cosplayers just like, oh yeah, we'll accept that you're here, but it's fine. We accept you're here and we'll put little things on for you occasionally, but I mean, you sort of have to at this point. My hands do not go on with hand tools well. But I think by the end of this one we should have cut all these out. And I can start transferring them all onto the like thicker paper. Now I'm doing this, I'm actually cutting off a lot of the instructions on how to construct it as well. For again, if you've actually bought these, you'll have the PDF explaining what you need to do. Just a little pile of waste. I mean, as you've all seen, I usually try to avoid waste, and this is my least preferred way to make things. But it's not like I can just wrap myself up in like cling film and duct tape and use that as a model. So I'm going to have to use someone else's. would be nice if I could just like isolate these one bits that I wanted and print them. Okay, that's just the unevenness of the paper, that's fine. That I can endure. And last piece. Maybe not admit what I'm listening to. I would actually quite like people to play music, but you don't want to get into that much trouble. Also, I think I'd drive everyone insane if I actually put on what I'm listening to. It's been the same song now since I came back. So I think we're about 30 hours listening to it. So now we're going to have to move stuff around. Put you back here. It's not that I have no shame, it's that I don't care. That's future me to deal with, and future me already hates me, so problem solved. Let's not drop this on my foot. A bottle of water. So now I'm going to transfer these onto this, which just draw around it, copy all of the marks that denote location. I think it's a little bit too big. Actually, no, it's not too big. Okay, no, I'm just massive, it turns out. Oh well. Let's just try a regular pen first, I prefer them. Okay, look, if you're not going to bother working, I'll get another pen. I'm not really that bothered if I scribble and make a bit of a mess. As long as I have the actual outline of the armour piece, we're all okay. One down. But that's not it. Now you notice I'm going over the line with these. That's because I'm going, that's because this, when this gets cut out, those bits on the outside of the line will be gone. I know that's a little obvious, but you know. Now I know with this one I'm going to have to turn it round to put it down again. But this one's just going to have to be inside out. Okay, and finish all the lines going through. Okay, that's 2 of them. Now I'm going to do these is make both of them and just flick the second one inside out. So yeah, you just turn the second one inside out. I mean, I say it like it'll be easy, but you see it's... When I'm doing the test fits, this stuff is incredibly delicate. Now you might say I only need the one of them, and you'd be right, but then I wouldn't be able to try it on and make sure everything fits. And making sure everything fits is really important when it comes to Armour production, it turns out. Yeah, if this thing doesn't, I'm not going to redo this whole phase on stream. I'll just like remake it when no one's watching and just carry on with the next phase, because to note, the E references are because this is the 5th Armour design in the set. They're all very much references of the same thing, but you know, it's 5 designs. Well, it's pretty much £1 each. I don't have a problem with paying that. Especially as you basically get infinite reuses as well. Missing those marks is a really bad idea. those marks in the end are going to be used to line them up when they're all stuck together, which is the point of them. Also, after the test fit, I'm only going to be using one of these two reference sets. Like, these sets only exist for the sake of referencing. And making sure they fit. That won't fit two of them on it. That won't fit two of them on it. That'll fit two of them. Yeah, that'll fit two of them. Six, E2, E3, and not the convention. To note, these arrows here are where it connects to two other pieces. I remember that from the last time I made it. And E6. Yeah, sure, that'll do. Now you may be tempted to combine these while they're flat. That's a bad idea. I've done it before, it just ends up being misshapen. Thankfully the EVA foam made up the gap, so it wasn't as bad. But you don't want to do that. Okay, this one's just got to be the same. I wanted to mirror it again. Why'd you do that? Notice how we passed the 2-hour mark and I haven't touched any crafting materials yet. I mean, for me, this is pretty normal for a build. It's just usually when I'm like showing people the process, I leave this bit out. But I figured, well, you know. Oops. That's that one. It's okay, I'll make up most of this later. So, this one's busy. There's a lot on that one. It actually says on the further up ones that it's a seam. Okay, and you are E6, you're E7, and you're another E5. Because it's mirrored, it connects to a mirror of itself. To note, all in, my last big build was 75 hours all in. What were you? E6. Oh no. No margin for error on that one. I can hear future me screaming now. That's obviously going to end up being connected to some form of scene, but okay, and we are actually running out of space on this. That's fine. The upside of it all being pulled off a giant roll is the fact that I can just go pull more off. Also, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but this stuff is wall repair wallpaper. It's not in shot. What? Okay, here are, that looks better. Starting to get ink all over my hands. And hopefully this will be as far as it needs to go. Also, this pen is awful. Well, on the upside, I get to have a nice shower after this. Well, 3 bits left. Should fit. It's okay, only one of them is going to be fully marked up, so we'll be okay. We do need that. You know, those, if you can't line them up, you are doing a bad job. So this is the front as well. Okay, yeah, what that should do. Continue to trace the lines. So E1. Thank you. Keep pulling stuff like that. Trying to record here. Okay, and now there's only 2 left. E3, that is E5, E6, E4, and E2. So it's E3, E4, E6, E5, don't forget that arrow, that's very important, E2. So E4, this one is E2, I gotta say though, these plans are pretty easy to follow. It's just the same for everything else, you need to put the time in. And if you don't have the time, to know, commission someone to do it. They're just, armor's pretty expensive, that's all. Also very difficult to sell. I've seen people try and fail for like months to move stuff. I think that set's still for sale, isn't it? I don't think he ever did manage to sell it. But he did stop going on about it, so may have sold it. It's a bit odd. So, that is the entire template transferred over, partially to my hand. I mean, we're talking a lot of templates here. It's pretty much my entire field of view for the camera. And I wasn't concerned about running out because that's the old I'm running off. Such like a 50-meter-old wallpaper, so it's all good. But this stuff's nice and thick. It's not going to like rip. Well, it will rip and tear. You can rack it, but it's quite difficult. So I'm going to cut until hour 2, and then however far I am, I'm going to stop. I'm quite glad I did it in rows now. again, you can just use one big piece. So it doesn't seem half as bad when it's cut down like this. Right, so that's all of them cut off in small pieces. This template only applies to the top half. So when I've done this, or just made this chest plate, I then have to do the waists, or the bits around the waist plate, and there is no template for that. And it's pretty simple to do, so I'll run through the process of that when I get there. Turned back at the start when I was like, don't throw stuff on the floor, I'll have to tidy it up. And now I'm just like, get on the floor. Bye, get on the floor. And you. I was seeing that purple spot outside my vision. I thought, what the hell's up with my eye? Nothing, I just painted the Space Marine on this table. I mean, I may like this table, but it's old, it's beaten up, and it's been here all the way through my career, so I hope it doesn't give up anytime soon. Back when I first got it, just about managed to jam it into my car. Ooh, just fit. Better than the wall paste and the wallpaper paste table that I had beforehand. That thing, it was not good. Still isn't. Occasionally when I spray paint things, I'll leave it rest on there. On that old table. Most of them are just hung up at this point. It's much easier to spray paint something that's hanging than something that's on the floor. Okay, this cutting is going a lot faster than I thought it would. It's only been 8 minutes. I'm trying to preserve some of the line when I'm going around, but I mean, there's only so much accuracy you can get with scissors. Next bit. Also, there's like one more redesign I'm doing to this from the original, which, as I said earlier, it's the ceiling at the back that I use on the other one. This one's just going to have 2 clips at the side, one elastic so I can breathe. We'll see how that goes. Don't mess up the paper. It's not intentionally messing up the paper, it's just I don't want to do it. But don't forget, when you cut around these lines, they are slightly bigger than the actual thing. And a whole heap less accurate than a printer when you've just scribbled them on with a pen. Keep going. Not much left now. Oh, that pile's getting bad. this is going good. Getting better. No, they're not in there. You're trash. Wow, some dramatically unclear instructions there. Also, when this all goes together, I'm going to be using the way that I stuck it together as the final template. So any bits of tape I have to add will be going on to the next bit anyway. And that is it for this time, I guess. So next time we're going to be sticking all of this together to make an armoured breastplate. Okay, so thanks for coming. Hope you've enjoyed the build so far. I've got plenty more to go. As you can see, this is quite a slow process, but oof. Okay, so hopefully see you next time. Bye.